Ready?
Now you're recording.
We are recording. Hello, everyone. I'm Amanda Sharp, the mom. You
Aaron
got
LaDuke,
Joe.
The
the
Bachelor.
dad. Oh, Aaron LaDuke, the dad. Women and children first. Sorry. Not that you're a child, AJ. I'm sorry.
Women and children. Save the women and children. That made me think of Titanic.
I was actually just listening to Titanic by Juice World just before this started.
Like a
By
song?
who?
Juice World, Titanic. It's on his new album.
I don't know who that
This is someone we don't know, Amanda.
Yeah, it's a newer rapper. He
This
actually
is
passed
where our
away
age
last year.
shows. It's a
And
rapper.
we're running out of names, so he had to go with Juice World.
Yeah, it's Juice World. I really like him. He's more of the, I guess, the quote name of his genre is emo rap.
So he's
There's
sad.
Yeah, it's sad rap, but he
Who knew
he
that?
passed away on
That's
his
impressive.
birthday, his 21st birthday.
Juice.
He what?
He passed
I'm
away on his
Googling
21st
him right
birthday.
now.
Oh, that's sad. Well, did he die of sadness? Sorry, Juice World.
No, he died of a drug overdose.
He died?
Yes.
Oh, that's so sad.
He's like the Elliott Smith of rappers, although Elliott Smith didn't die from drugs.
This is Juice.
Yeah, that's Juice World.
I'm glad he's wearing yellow.
Yellow was such a happy color, too.
Makes me think of Juice.
It says after seizure.
Yeah, he took a handful. I don't remember what it was, but his pilot on his private jet called in that they had drugs and guns on board. So when they landed, the cops were going to like arrest him. So he took a handful of drugs. I don't know what it was exactly, and he ended up having a seizure and dying.
That would do it.
Yeah, it was in his birthday week. I don't know if it was his actual birthday that day, but it was within his birthday week.
To have
He
a
was
birthday
flying
week.
all over the place, partying it up. Yeah.
So let's talk about something happy.
Handful of drugs.
Full of drugs and Titanic. Way to start out a podcast. Both of which are no longer with us. So let's so let's find something happy. I'm back from vacation and I had a great time. Thanks again for holding support while I was gone.
Let's talk about this vacation.
Oh my gosh.
So my understanding, you were at a house, literally on the beach. How far back was the house from the ocean?
Like, I walked downstairs, and if the tide was high, like, you walked maybe 10 to 15 steps, and the water was there.
That is so cool.
Like, I'm so short, so if I laid out, I wouldn't be able to reach it. But if I was taller, I could have. And if the tide was out a little, you had to go down just a little bit more, but all super, like, so close. It was beautiful. I found lots of shark teeth. That was the most therapeutic thing I've ever done in my life. Just walking the water, looking for like special treasures. That was fun. And I met a friend doing it. Didn't catch her name. I regret that. So if she happens to listen to this, connect with me on Facebook and my other social media accounts.
What are those again?
Basically everything Amanda Sharp or amandaannsharp. What about you guys?
Well, for the sake of conversation, Aaron LaDuke Realtor will get you to me on a lot of platforms.
Andrew Lang on Facebook and Andrew_Lang_ Instagram. Snapchat is AJLang13.
He really knew those were really good.
I thought he had them written down. He kind of looked at the bottom right.
No, I was actually just looking at my phone.
All right.
I should put them on my computer because I do. I was like, it's either Amanda Sharp or amandaannsharp. Because there's too many Amanda Sharps in this world.
My niece tried to search for you on TikTok last night by Amanda Sharp. I'm like, no, you got to do Amandaannsharp.
That's me.
And she's like, I'm going to like every one of her videos. And I'm like, before you do that, have you liked every one of mine? And she checked in front of me. And she goes, I have, Uncle Aaron. I'm like, proceed. Like them all.
I woke up to your niece having liked every single video, and I felt like a superstar. So she's like maybe our number one fan now for both of us.
She's the same niece that told us, not the niece that won't add me on TikTok, who, by the way, did I tell you, has sent me a friend request on Facebook. I still have not accepted.
Ooh.
That's how I roll. No, this is Macy, and she's the one that brought up the odd comment with the weird link on one of our YouTube videos, if you recall.
Hey, someone's got to be watching out for us.
She does.
Nope.
She's awesome.
No, but so now, I mean, with her, a wonderful addition, I'm up to 11 followers on TikTok.
You
Why
are
is
beating
it going
me.
so slow? Why? Let's talk about that. I just don't get it.
I don't have it figured out. We got to talk to Pete. Pete's making huge viral videos.
I'm looking up Pete right now. Pete, we're gonna give you a show. Oh, let's talk about Stu's store too when we go back.
Yes. Okay. So while you're looking up Pete, I wanted to talk about this right away. I was going to actually jump right into it. The introducing ourselves threw me off. I had a nightmare.
Sorry.
No, so okay. Terrible nightmare. So I had a dream that I was going to go to Stu's shop, the conservatory shop.
Yeah.
S-H-E-E, 2 E's in shop, right?
2 P's.
2 P's, 1 E? Or 2 E's and 2 P's?
Let me look. Okay. Well, Pete has 112 followers.
But he almost has like
Covered that
100,000
before I'm looking up the
likes,
next thing.
right? He has like, one of his videos almost has like 100,000 likes, I think.
Really?
Let me go back. 91K. Yeah, 91K.
Yeah. I'm seeing that guy today.
You give Pete a good talking to about that.
I'm like, make a TikTok video and I'll be in it with you and I'll tag myself.
Yes.
Yeah.
Should have all met at the office.
He thinks we're calling clients. Just kidding. We have a lot of people to call.
So your dream.
So my dream. So I'm heading over to the storefront because I haven't seen it yet and I feel terrible and it's weighing on me that I've been a terrible friend. I haven't been over there. And I was like, you know what I'm going to do? And Dream Aaron's like, I'm going to go to Tim Hortons. I'm going to bring my buddy an ice cap because he turned me on to ice caps. And so I'm in line and I drove past a garbage can, thought of you. And went to the window, I ordered 2 caramel ice caps. And I get there.
This is a very detailed dream.
Oh, I'm being ignored by everybody. Like I get out of the car, I'm like, where's my ice cap? Where's my ice cap? And then this one lady brings me chai tea, and I'm like, I don't want chai tea. Like I ordered an ice cap. And it got to the point where they wouldn't talk to me, and they were serving everyone else but me. It's like that weird.
That is a nightmare.
Kind of dreams. And then it got like spiteful that the people were drinking ice caps as they were coming to talk to me. Like, oh, we can't get you an ice cap. I'm like, but you're drinking one right now. I just need 2. I'm like, my buddy's store is gonna. Like, I went to management and then upper management. It was just. I couldn't get a freaking ice cap, and then it was too late, and I just woke up, and I was really flustered. It was very vivid, and just it was one of those helplessness dreams. And
I'm so sorry.
Yeah. Now that I say it out loud, it doesn't sound like a nightmare, but it was for sure a nightmare. Not being able to get Stu an ice cap.
That's a nightmare in my opinion.
Honestly, it really is.
But the www.theconservatoryshop.com does have 2 P's.
1 E? I know it's 2 P's. 1 E.
1 E. So I stopped by before our event the other night.
Lucky.
As I kind of I know. And it looks so amazing.
I've been stalking on Facebook. It looks fantastic.
Oh, yes.
And he had such great helpers in there. He has a sweet friend who has been crucial,
Sarah.
I think, to help. Yeah, Sarah.
Sarah's awesome.
To making the shelves and fixtures and painting things for him. And he had a couple of his vendors in there filling the shelves and just kind of putting those finishing touches. I mean, I feel like he was 90% there.
Have you considered a Pressed Rose conservatory shop crossover thing? Or maybe you have some of your merchandise there?
Yeah, I have. But I was not hesitant, but I didn't do anything for it yet because I needed to see the feel of his store first. I know the vision for my store, but I don't know I had a vision in my head. I just wanted to actually see it in front of me before I brought certain things because some things might just look weird in there. I don't want to throw off the tone of his awesome shop. It feels very Ann Arbor.
It does. It does from the photos.
Oh, it's exactly what I had in my head. 99% match. It was amazing.
I think if he expanded to Ann Arbor one day, Ann Arbor storefront would be a great location for him.
Probably.
And I need to comment.
Previously priced. What?
Well, I would jack the prices up in Ann Arbor. I used to live in Ann Arbor. AJ, this is the first time I think we've been on a Zoom that you don't have your background mirrored. It's throwing me off, man.
Believe it or not, I changed my room around.
I was just gonna say,
I'm still in the process of changing it around. But
I thought it was just your same way, just had flipped. Because I could have sworn the open sign was different, or
you didn't.
It was on the other wall.
No, the open sign has been in the same
So
exact spot.
You were in this corner. Now you've moved to a different corner.
My bed was underneath the open sign.
What is
Now
what's
it's
hanging?
right here.
What's hanging from your head? Just covered it.
Oh,
This.
Yeah. What's
So that is all
Probably
of
all of
my
his
name
medals.
tags.
you're gonna
I have a
that
2000.
support beam might not be able to hold all those, buddy. You might need to get that off that load-bearing steel beam. All the trophies you've gotten.
I'll show you guys all of them. It's
I love when he shows us his stuff.
Like no big deal.
It makes me feel inadequate as a human being, but I enjoy seeing his.
I feel small, but I'm rooting for you.
Yeah, absolutely.
Wow, there's a lot of stuff actually up here.
Oh, just keep rubbing it in.
Oh,
Just
jeez.
see how he did
Oh,
that.
I can barely lift
He can
these.
barely hold it.
Okay, so this was, I don't know if I've ever told you guys this. I saw Donald Trump get inaugurated in 2016.
I feel like I might have known that, but didn't know that at the
Was
same
that 2016? Yeah.
Yeah.
So I was in DC
Really
for that.
cool.
I thought he was gonna hold out like a medal from like saving puppies and orphans from a burning building.
I don't care if you're a Trump fan or not. To have the opportunity to see a president be inaugurated is a chance in a lifetime, and that's amazing.
How early did you have to get there to get a
Oh my gosh. I think we were up at 5:00. We had to get there by 6, and then we walked. So DC itself is broken up into 4 different districts or quadrants. You had to walk through all 4 just to get to the mall. And I think it was like almost a 2-mile walk. I kid you not. And I saw like 5 different protests. It was crazy. After the inauguration, we had to walk back to the buses. And you saw the National Guard, they had the streets kind of like barricaded. And you just saw the National Guard starting locking themselves behind gates and stuff. And you just start seeing this wall of people rioting towards us. And my teacher's like, oh gosh, where do we go? So
how scary for a teacher.
How scary for me.
Well, for you too, but like as a teacher, you're going, oh my gosh, like if something happens to these babies.
Exactly. We actually ended up taking the subway to the mall, the actual like physical mall that you go shopping at. That was probably the safest route for us.
So you were like, what grade were you in then?
2016, I was
sophomore?
Yes, this was sophomore year.
So that's young.
Yeah.
Amazing trip.
Like, I nailed that.
I don't know how old I was when OJ was going on trial, but that's okay. I actually had to. Did I send you that? I made an Excel spreadsheet to figure it out.
You definitely did. That was our most viewed podcast on YouTube so far. So that OJ line must be a nice header. And when I say most viewed, we have like 12 views versus 2.
Well, we need to address my nephew.
Thousands.
My nephew Wyatt, who has his channel, Bamboo Fun Time, I think it's called. It's about his dog, and he edits these videos, and he has a huge following compared to us. And he rubs it in. I sent you the video of him teasing me from like the bedroom window.
Yeah. So
we should put that clip on the internet.
Follow Wyatt on YouTube.
No, don't follow him. Follow us. Because he's a little punk and he's making fun of Uncle Aaron.
I already follow us though. I gotta see his strategy though. That's impressive. And it was lock picking and OJ. So that must have been a really nice headache.
Crime. Next episode, crime.
True crime. Awesome. We can discuss some true crime because that's a really trendy headline.
AJ, do you know about Dog Lady Island?
Oh, good. Yeah.
The myth.
I do not.
Man, I think I woke the guy up above us.
Oh, it doesn't matter.
He is stomping his feet. Better, it's the dog lady. Wait for the door behind me to open up. So, speaking of dogs, how are your pooches doing, Amanda?
They're terribly good. Actually, just spent a ton of money at the Ida veterinarian because they're dogs, and I took 2, and they were so good at the vet, like so good. I was like, oh, you guys are fooling this man. You guys are so bad. And they're like, aren't they so good? I'm like, no, they're naughty. But anyway, but they were great there. If you need a vet, I had a veterinarian. It's great. Okay, Dog Lady Island.
So AJ, you've heard nothing of this.
No, I don't know anything about this.
Okay. So it's off of Dunbar Road. And this was like, I don't want to say it was big when I was a kid, but like there's tales.
There was tales.
Did you hear about it, Amanda?
I did. I never went, but there was tales of Dog Lady Island. Like, type it into your phone right now, AJ, and it's going to pop up.
It'll pop up. It's kind of a big deal.
It's kind
so I heard the stories, right? And so I actually made.
Ooh, we're going to tag it Urban Legend because that's probably a good header.
Throw crime in there too.
Dog Lady. Yeah.
Dog Lady Island, murder, crime.
So sorry. Keep going.
do that. Dog Lady Island, murder, crime. Anyway, so I, with a guy named Derek, we drove out there one night, and it just kind of looked like a spooky island. We weren't sure if we could drive out there or not, and I wasn't brave. So we just like drove back. So I think it was my senior year, the German exchange student, myself, Joel, and John. We had like this mythology class together because we needed a break between all the women we were dating. Just kidding. Anyway, so we made this documentary where we went around and we interviewed like all the people on the street. We were catching people at the grocery store, the Wendy's drive-through, and they were talking about Dog Lady Island and just the local myths and stuff. And like one person was talking about Indians, one was talking about the mob, one was talking about what was it? Indians, mob. Oh my gosh, this was so crucial. I can't believe I forgot about it. Anyway, and we went down the street, and they directed us to this really old guy. So there's this old guy. He talked to us for like an hour and a half about Dog Lady Island. And then we went back and we watched the video, and there was like a kid in the window that we never saw. Super creepy. I tried to find it. Spent like an hour and a half last night going through old VHS tapes. Could not find it.
Okay, that's what you were looking for?
That's what I was trying to hunt for.
Were you sending AJ those Snapchats too?
I was sending him different Snapchats. Did I send you one?
You did the Bruce Lee one though?
Did I send you Bruce? So me searching for these VHSs resulted to me using Snapchat filters on my DVD covers that I have, which is hilarious.
It was fantastic.
The
Vampire Slayer got like a little bit of a frown instead of a smile, and it was just cracking me up.
I did Bruce Willis on Die Hard, and what's weird is it wouldn't work on Batman. I thought that was cool.
Interesting.
So anyway, long story short, so this old guy tells us all these old stories, blah, 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 blah. We go there, and that was right when, like, it was that party island. Someone had bought it. So we did this whole build-up, and we didn't want to edit where we went to the island first. So we're building it up. We're going to go out there. And it was like a parking lot because the guy had bought it and, like, paved the road out there. And we're like, oh, my God, this is the most anticlimactic film ever. But there's a Dog Lady Island documentary, or not, it was a movie that was filmed in Monroe. It's on Amazon Prime. And I paid the $4.99. I think I did $3.99. I did the standard def to watch it. But it was cool. You got to see like the wedding hall that Jen and I got. I had a wedding reception. Mortgage One, you could see their office. It flies down, River Raisin and downtown Monroe. And it's probably the greatest love story I've ever watched.
And I go, it was a love story?
Totally. But what's so cool is the iron coffins. That's what I was talking about. One lady alluded like, the iron coffins were doing that. Anyway, in this movie that just came out, long story short, it had the Indians, the mafia, and the iron coffins. So everyone I had talked to, like the director, writer, wove that all in. So I don't know if he interviewed the same people or.
Are you sure it wasn't your buddy who directed this movie?
Totally sure. I literally watched the credits to see if I knew any names because it was filmed in Monroe. I wanted to see if I knew anybody.
Okay.
Yeah.
It took me that long to process what you asked. I was like, what, buddy? That's a good thought though, that he would have did it.
I would have been hurt if you didn't tell me.
No kidding. Speaking of, that made me think of the documentary or movie where it's the Facebook, but what was it called? The Social
Network?
Is that what it was on? I think, is it
Jesse Eisenberg and
and it's about Mark Zuckerberg, and he's kind of a slimy little stealer, like of
What?
ideas.
Yeah.
Well, yes, but he's also the one that like took it and executed it too. You know what I mean?
But have you watched that movie?
No.
What's interesting is like somebody asked him to do something and he kept saying, I'm working on it. Oh, I couldn't work on it this week. And he prolonged it like 3 months. And during that time, he actually took the idea and developed it himself for himself.
But how much of that is based on fact, though? Did he really?
Well, they won a lawsuit against him. So it has to be enough evidence. Like
Oh,
they had emails and everything.
oh.
Yes.
Well,
And
I
then
guess.
he like basically got rid of his partner that he developed Facebook with because the partner gave him the money to like do it. And then when it got big, like he kicked his partner out of it. And so his partner also had to sue him to get money.
Dang it.
Yeah, I know. I didn't know. It's kind of like my world shattered a little, like when I watched the McDonald's documentary. I struggled with that word.
I don't know if we were just going to
That one?
go graze over that or circle back to how you pronounce that.
Did you guys watch the McDonald one?
Yeah. Yep.
Yeah.
Yeah.
He was
That was pretty shady, too. Well, that's how you get big.
Exercise me one, or
No, this is the
no.
one with Michael Keaton that died. It's not the this is the start of McDonald's and how.
And the start of it was super fascinating, but basically he stole McDonald's.
Yeah. And then he even screwed him in the end when he's like, oh, spoiler alert, people. Well, maybe I won't. Yeah, I won't say it. Never mind. Watch the movie.
Watch the movie. It just was super disappointing. It really kind of like changed my perspective on McDonald's. Not that it's McDonald's fault now or the workers' fault, but I mean, it definitely.
I just hope they don't ruin Dave Thomas for us with the movie.
What did he do?
He was adopted, and he adopted, I think, Wendy, and he gave a lot of money to charity. That's why I'm hoping they don't like come out and show that he like embezzled or anything.
I hope not.
I had an Uncle Dave, and Dave Thomas always kind of reminded me of my Uncle Dave in the face. My uncle that I don't think my uncle wears glasses. Yeah, he does.
Who's the Dave that told you that turtle Sundays come in turtle shells?
No,
That's a
this is
different.
That's Uncle Jim. That's my dad's uncle.
Gotcha.
When I was a kid, I stayed with him for a week because he had like turtle ponds and horses and stuff. It was a great week. And he told me when we went to get ice cream one day, he goes, yeah, like if you order a turtle, they call it that because it's in a turtle shell. And I went, I want a turtle shell. So I ordered it and it came in a cup and I came back and I was like, dude, it came in a cup. And he goes, oh, they must be out. We'll come back tomorrow. So we went every single day for a turtle Sunday. And I was just a stupid kid, naive kid, believing, good old Uncle Jim. And it was years later when I was like, that son of a, he lied to me. Like I didn't catch on until a lot later. Like
I wouldn't be mad. You got ice cream every single day for a week.
I did. It was like the Wild West of childcare.
I love it.
I don't think I bathed. I was catching frogs. I had a pet mouse that was like he caught in his barn. My Uncle Jim is like an animal whisperer.
Nice.
Like he literally can catch. My grandfather's told me stories of him catching wild animals and just they love them.
It's interesting how some people have that way with animals.
Yeah, I'm afraid of everything. Animal related. I like to look at them from a distance.
Now,
like
I don't. You would be the one to be brave though to take care of it for me, like if it was at the office.
Oh God, yeah, I'll kill anything, but I'll be afraid.
So, like, give yourself credit with that.
Oh yeah.
Like, man, no worries, I'll get it.
Yeah, I'll eradicate this. No problem.
Yeah, I got it.
Then I'll take a nap.
So, AJ, tell me about your hands. You said that they're dirty because you've been working.
Yes, my buddy texted me yesterday. He goes, "Hey, I need your help fixing this car."
Like, last time he said that you ended up like 3 hours away, right? Getting a motor.
Yeah, we ended up getting an engine block for him. But no, this was actually my ex's car that he was fixing. So I was like, do I really want to go over there? I ended up going over there. I'm a nice guy.
I'll ask you a question about that later.
Okay. So I guess he was replacing the shocks, and he ended up doing, I guess, I really have no idea. I'm not good with cars. All he told me is I had to pull this thing out of the transmission, but it was stuck in the transmission and it was all greasy and gross. I like literal engine grease up to here and my arms because I was trying to pull it out. My arms were so sore because this thing was stuck. I didn't even get it out. I had no idea what he wanted me to do.
Dirty for nothing.
Yeah, I literally went there for nothing. But he texted me at 8 o'clock. I was like, dude, how are we going to work at a car at 8 o'clock?
Like 8 o'clock my bedtime, 8 o'clock?
Yes. 8 o'clock your bedtime. Like, I was like, dude, really?
I told him not to go.
Yeah,
But isn't it fun getting dirty though?
it is.
Like
Depends on what you're doing. I mean, if you're shoveling manure, no.
it's fun getting like my hands dirty. So I think like engine grease would kind of be in that same category. No?
I'm on board for like fried chicken grease on my hands.
Hey, did
I
you
like-
eat fried chicken to watch your movie?
I did. And that's why I look like I've been crying because I fell asleep with my greasy chicken hand. And then I woke up and I wiped my eyes. Oh, God, I was crying. There was a love story element to the movie, though. It was very touching. It really was.
One story part of it. Because I only knew like this, the legend of Scary, you know, not really much about the legend itself, just that there was a legend. So I will inform myself on it. I can't bring myself to watch the movie because it was $3.99.
Yeah,
And I knew I was gonna fall asleep, AJ. You know,
it
like,
was
waste
it
of
was
money.
it was better than my movie, I'm sure. Our documentary.
But
As far as like the visuals, I would say that if you decided to not spring for the high def,
you're okay.
you're okay with the standard definition. Save that dollar. But if you want to, and it's so funny, all the aerial shots. I was looking for that '08 Mercury Sable. I'm like, man, how cool would that be if I was driving in this movie? Didn't even know it. Like, there's doing some drone footage, and I'm like in the back yelling at my kid or something. Or
That would have been quite lovely.
That would.
but it's cool because like the landmarks and stuff, it's pretty neat. You can see Detroit Edison in the background, and that part was really cool.
I'll educate myself, and then I can further discuss it with you now that I know there's a love story element to it, and there's an actual
The
reason.
love story element, I'm sure, is strictly fictitious for the movie.
Oh, how disappointing! So me not knowing it is probably not because okay.
Yeah.
Maybe it's
I'm
just-
sure there was some artistic. Well, I mean it's an urban legend, so it's all
I can't
artistic-
remember what show it was, but there was basically like a Netflix show all on urban legends. And it was really interesting because they all kind of stemmed from something that was true, and it just kind of expanded to something as like a warning, kind of like, like songs, like back in the day when people came up with songs like Ring Around the Rosie, about
about the
like
plague.
So it was just a way for people to know about a threat and a clever way that they don't disregard it.
So we've got a few minutes left. Why don't we round robin and tell everyone their favorite urban legend?
I don't know.
All right, AJ.
Mine would have to be the Lake Erie Loch Ness Monster.
The Lake Erie Loch Ness Monster?
Oh, yeah.
Lake Erie here? Lake Erie?
Yeah.
I'm pointing like people can see me pointing to the Lake Erie.
Like this Lake Erie, the one that we're right by, there's a Loch Ness Monster urban legend. Google it. I swear to you.
Are you teasing me?
One day I thought I saw it. We were watching the fireworks.
What?
I heard this like whooshing sound. I think it was ducks, okay. But I look over and I just see like this little like, it literally looked like this. And I that's what it kind of looks like in the pictures. So
Then it went. Wah, 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 wah.
But like where? Wow. It actually comes up. Not that I doubted you, but like it comes up like a lot of it.
yeah.
I thought it was like in a different country.
I guess
Loch Ness is in.
maybe.
I'm all for it. That's a solid answer. That's local too.
You watched Napoleon Dynamite, Andrew, there is a very funny part when he's giving a report on blowing Nessie out of the water or something. And he talks so like, you got to watch that movie. Can you just watch Napoleon Dynamite?
I'll watch it. I always say I will, but this time I will.
I've known you for almost a year now, and I feel like you've said that the entire year. Aaron, what's your favorite urban legend?
Oh, I like the one where like the dude's in the back seat and the gas station attendant's like trying to get the girl to come in, and she's like, "Oh, this guy's creeping me out." So she drives off in a panic, and he was trying to warn her that someone was in the back seat.
Oh, I didn't know that one. That's
Oh, you don't know? Oh, I thought you did.
I don't. I
could have told it a little better.
I watched all of them, and I can't come up with one that I could actually repeat. Because I am just drawing a blank. I know there was one about like an asylum and woods and stuff like that, but I don't know the story behind it to be able to be like, this is what it was about. I'm such a loser. You want to talk Disney movies though? I got it.
Disney
Little Mermaid can have a lot of dialogue about that.
William just got into Darkwing Duck, and I couldn't be more happy.
That's cute.
AJ, you don't know Darkwing Duck?
No.
For those who aren't watching but listening, Aaron drew his head down in defeat. that broke a little bit of Aaron's spirit.
A little bit. Coolest thing at Disney was we were at, what place was this? Oh God, I forgot what park. Anyway, there's this like famous like ice cream sandwich that's between two cookies, fresh baked cookies with ice cream. And so my wife's coworker told her about it, so she's like, "We got to get one of these." So we went and got it, and then lo and behold, Scrooge McDuck and Launchpad came out and had like an encounter thing. I didn't think it was cool enough to wait in line. What's that?
It's impressive that they're still using that. Like,
I know.
your most recent trip?
Yeah.
Wow, that's like blast from the past. That's impressive.
And I was like a little kid. I was like, "Oh my God, it's Launchpad, it's Scrooge McDuck," and I'm like getting photos.
That's what Disney's meant for, though. It's for everyone can be a kid. See, you said you felt like a little kid.
I agree. I did tell Owen the other day, I don't remember what we were talking about, but we were talking about businesses or whatever. And I said, if businesses want to survive, they really need to tap into like the nostalgia of stuff. Oh, we were talking about Taco Bell. He goes, I think Taco Bell would be better if it looked old again. And I go, yes, it would. I agree with you, Owen. Because there would be like a nostalgia to going there. Because I bought a bag of Doritos just because it was like the throwback version. And it looked like what it looked like when I was a kid. And I just bought it. Actually, I bought 3 bags. But it was retro, so I had to.
Oh yeah, I remember the old Dorito. Was it white?
Yeah.
Yeah. Oh, that is cool.
So instead of 0 bags, I bought 3. Like, they saw me coming. So I think there's a great point to that.
Yeah.
How does our time go so quick, you guys?
It always does. And I got to bounce.
Boom. Boom. Well, I guess any final words? I feel like we didn't even like scratch the surface at what I wanted to talk about, but there's always next week.
There's always next week.
There's always next week. Do we need to add daily podcasts now? Are we at that level? I'm totally kidding, but maybe one day.
Nobody's got time for that.
I mean, not the amount of time you're working on real estate.
I'm getting yelled at right now by a seller or buyer.
He's like, I gotta go, Amanda. Stop prolonging it. No, I had a lunch little date with a past client yesterday, and he kept going. He's like, do you need to go show houses or anything? I'm like, I got nothing today.
He gave you an out?
He gave me an out. I was like, nope, I'll take another cup of coffee, please. It was bad. It was bad.
You always take the out. It's like, oh, you must have something to do. It's like, oh yeah, I do. Bye.
No, I was like, we're coffee, okay. All right, everyone. Thanks for tuning in. I'm Amanda Sharp, the mama.
Aaron,
you first, AJ.
I'm AJ Lang, Andrew Lang, the Bachelor.
Aaron LaDuke, the dad.
Thanks for tuning in. Make sure
Who
you
goes last?
goes last. Thanks for following us on Facebook and TikTok and YouTube. All of our links will be in the comments. So follow us and hit that subscribe button. Right, guys?
Yes.
Yes, please.
All right. We'll see you next week, everyone. Bye.